Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? I am trying to get it together here. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to the Atelier. We are going to be doing jelly printing. I have some botanicals. I'm having a panic because I cannot find the paper that has who I raid. So we're going to look real quick before we get there. It's a whole situation. Give me 1 second. Tom's. Wait a minute. I can't read. Tom Shade Art. Got it. Okay. We're good. Hello, everybody. Hi, Debbie. Thank you so very much for the raid. Linda, I greatly appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. Hi, I'm Tam. I am a little bit frazzled because I had an appointment that ran late and I have literally been in my art room for 2 minutes. So this is going to be fun. Um, First and foremost, Debbie, Daydreamer Debbie, thank you so very much for running. I know I can do it. Thank you. Thank you so much for running this train. The consistency of it and being able to be here and supporting the handmade community means so much to all of us. I love you back, my friend. And I really, really appreciate always being on here every month. I did grab a couple of things. If you are new to jelly printing, um, we're going to just show this. I'm going to go through some supplies real quickly and then we're going to get to it. So, do I need to move this up a little bit so we can see more? There we go. Okay. So, a jelly plate or gel print. Hi, Maria. How are you, love? Um, you can use the Jelly Arts, or there is one that is made by Gel Press. Either one of them are equally good and they work the same. They're priced basically the same. The gel press used to be um, a lot cheaper, but they have kind of, there's the gel press one. I have both. They both work just as well. And I'm going to show you one that is not horribly dirty like mine. When you get them in the pack, they're going to come with two plastics. You want to keep these. It helps protect your plate. You're going to peel this off to use it. And then you're going to want to put it back on when you're finished and put it back in its protective case that it comes in. Mine is very dirty because I don't clean mine. And see if I can keep that from falling. You can choose to clean it or you can choose not to. I just kind of go with what is already on here. And you'll see that I have paint from the last time we did this. Linda, thank you so very much. I do have a couple of things in the bin. There, you can purchase one of the gel prints to rewatch this, or I believe it is being multicast over to YouTube. I started it and it may or may not work. So we're going to get right into this. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for joining. Um, these are some of the prints that we've done in the past few months. You can use stencils, you can use household products. I use botanicals a lot in making my prints because I do a lot of botanical journals. Um, you can see the outline of the plant. I've grabbed some stencils and I've grabbed some plants for today, so we'll see how much time we have. I usually start babbling and we run out of time, but we'll see how it goes for today. Another thing that I have that I like to use is an old book, and I use this to roll off excess paint so we're not wasting any paint. You are going to need a brayer. Mine, again, I don't clean it, but you're going to need a brayer to spread the paint. And for today's purpose of today, we're going to be using just some acrylic paints. You can use craft paints. You can use all kinds of paints on here. You can use alcohol inks, you can use watercolor. You There are many different mediums that will go on here and work effectively. Camille, hi love, how are you, babes? We're playing in the art room today. The other thing that you can use, you can get stencils that are commercially produced. One of my favorites is this is a carpet backing that I got at the Dollar Tree. You can use what is called punchella, and this is the leftover when they punch out sequins. I have some bubble wrap. I have an old piece of cardboard where I peeled off part of it, and I just use this as lines. There's so many different ways that you can make um, marks on your gel plate. These are silicone brushes. These work really well to do mark making. And those are just the basics. To pull prints, you can use just regular, we're going to open this up. You can use just regular copy paper. You do not need to have any fancy papers. I like to use copy paper, book pages, deli paper, all of that. So we're going to get started, and I just want to show you some basics. One of the big things with working with a gel plate is most people use too much paint when starting out. It does not take a lot. Just put a couple of dabs on it. Use your brayer, and when you're brayering out, I'm just kind of lightly touching it and lifting. Um, you want to spread the paint evenly. I have something on there. That'll make an interesting thing. I go up and down, back and forth. And at this point, we're going to do this because it's here. I'm just going to lay this carpet backing down because I want to have this pattern on here. I'm taking just a piece of medical exam paper and I'm just pushing down, and you can see where I'm picking up that paint with the deli paper. You can see through here. And I'm holding it steady with this hand, but I'm getting down in those grooves with the other. And I don't want it to slip slide on that wet paint. And what I'm creating is a grid background. Um, Playing with the gel plate is so much fun. And so I've pulled this paint up, but I've also left this grid pattern on my gel plate. You want to let this first layer dry. One of the things is you want to let it dry between layers. And I'm in Arizona, so it dries a lot quicker. So when I do this and grab something else and go in just 2 minutes, please understand that Arizona is dry. No problem, Debbie. I got it. I'll try to pay attention to chat. I'm usually pretty good at that, okay? Sometimes I get caught up in what I'm doing. So, between your layers, to keep this pattern, you want to, thanks, babe. I got it. You want to add, um, here we're just going to do some green because we're going to do leaves. So, maybe we're going to do green. It's stuck. Please know that you're going to get painty. If you are one that are opposed to getting painty, you can wear gloves. And again, just a little bit. You don't want a ton of paint. Getting too much paint is going to kind of make it difficult to pull prints. I probably didn't get enough paint here from the looks of things, but we're going to try it. And I'm just going to show you how this layers out. We're going to lay the leaves down. We're going to grab this tissue again, and we're going to kind of pick up some of this paint. I want to get the pattern of these leaves down, and then we'll go to real leaves. So what I did is put this pattern of the leaves down on here. Again, I like my grunge, so you're going to see a lot of grunge out of me. And then we're going to let this dry. And here we're going to throw some black down just for fun to give you some contrast so you can see what I'm talking about. So before you do your last layer, how many ever layers you want to do? You want to have just a plain piece of copy paper ready. And we're going to put a thin layer of what we call a pickup color. And I'm going to make this black so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to spread this out. Again, just a thin layer, going side to side, back and forth, making sure that it's evenly spread out. If you have too much paint, you can take some off and you can put it on your extra page, your book, whatever it is that you're doing to roll off excess paint. We're going to put this down, and you just want to burnish this with your hand all over. Now, one of the things with picking up here, I'm going to grab this tissue to get this black so I don't get black all over my hands. First one out. So you want to burnish the whole sheet, but you will feel, and I don't know what it is, I think it's just you're going to feel cool. And what it is the moisture from that paint soaking into your page. Okay. I seriously just got paint all over me and I didn't mean to. You're going to take this and you're going to pull it up. And so you have that black and white, and you can see the different layers of what we just pulled, right? We're going to set that aside. We're going to get this paint off of our finger, and we're going to go with let's do some black since we already have black down here. So one of the things that I really love to do, and when I'm working with botanicals, I use a little bit more paint than if um, I was just using a stencil. And you're going to see why in a minute. Almost spilled my coffee. That would have been detrimental. I'm getting all of this smoothed out. Instead of using stencils, instead of using all of that stuff, we are going to use some actual botanicals. And I'm just laying them down. Um, on this page. And I am going to grab another, I'm going to grab some deli paper this time. I'm going to grab a piece of deli paper. I'm going to lay it down and I'm going to push this down. And what this is going to do is put the imprint of those leaves on our page. And you can see here where it's kind of, I want to really get in there and make sure that all of those stems and all of those veins of the leaves are getting picked up. And you can see and feel where they're at. You just want to make sure that you get them pushed down really well and get a good impression. Okay, so we're going to pull this up. Didn't get that one. And you can kind of look where you missed if you don't pull it all the way up. And as I'm going through here, I'm looking to see anything that I missed. And picking up any excess. So you can see just like this crazy outline. We're going to set that aside. Now we're going to lift our leaves, and I'm just going to set them beside me. Making sure. And there we have it. Lay those up there. Now you want to let this dry really well before you go any further so you don't lose all of that veining, okay? But, I mean, it's pretty awesome how you can have that imprint of those plants. So once this is good and dry, they are actually mulberry leaves. Hi, Alice. What were you cooking for dinner? Everybody's cooking. Debbie's cooking, so she's not hanging out. Just somebody make sure and remind me so I don't raid late. That's all. We're raiding Tom Shade's art. I got that. I think for the purposes of what we're doing, I'm going to go with just a black and white so you can really see what we're doing. I'm making a black and white journal, so this kind of is double duty. I'm getting some pages made for my black and white junk journal that I'm in the process of making. And yeah, it's a whole thing. So I've rolled out white. I'm going to lay my sheet down. And again, burnish the whole thing. Make sure it's getting cool to the touch. Taco rice and beans, Taco Bell flavored chicken breast for burrito bowls. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Getting everything. And so when you go to pull, there's a couple of things. A lot of people like to leave this set until it completely dries and then pull it. Because I'm in Arizona, um, mine dries fairly quickly and I don't need to do that. You may be in a state where you need to let it dry a bit. If you live in Florida where it's really humid, you may have to let it set for 5 or 10 minutes. Me, I can pull it in 2. So those are our mulberry leaves. It's so amazing, right? I mean, gotta love it, right? So next, we're gonna go to some color. Let's make some color, right? Um, we're gonna use the same leaves. Bitchin'. Thank you. Oh, that's gross. We're gonna use the same leaves and we're gonna put some color into it. Um, and again, you're gonna get painty, y'all. Painty is not a bad thing. And you can use flowers. I have tried, um, because I had people asking me over the winter, what if we live in the Midwest and we don't have any plants? Can you use I have on one of my favorite shirts and I forgot to take it off. Oh my lord. We're just gonna hope we don't get it. So I'm gonna lay this down. And then we're gonna lay this down. I think we're gonna scooch this over just a smidge. There we go. Again, we'll just grab some tissue so you can see. Oh, wait, we'll grab some newsprint. Newsprint's always good for this. And one of the good things about all of these different things that I'm doing, um, you can use all these in your collage. You can use all these pages. Um, you always have pine trees. Yes, ma'am. Pine leaves are amazing. Um, Rob and I are getting ready to go up north, and I'm going to, we went last weekend and I foraged a bunch of herbs to make some herbal stuff, but I think this weekend I'm going to focus on getting some flowers and some different plants for art. Um, we'll see how that goes. So with this paper, how I pull it up, I can see that I didn't get very well in there. So I can just push this back down and go in there. Paper birch bark. Oh, you know what? They have a crap ton of white willow trees where we're going this weekend. Thank you, Mixed Media Girl, for that suggestion. I'm going to grab me some white willow bark and we're going to do some gel prints with that. Plants are kind of hit or miss with drying them because you don't want them crumbling on your thing because that's kind of a nightmare. But let's show you what we got. So this is just some abstract stuff, okay? Now I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna slide this so you can see. I'm gonna try something. if I can get it to do it. It's always a 50-50 shot if things are going to cooperate when you're live. So I'm pulling the leaves off of my plate. Is this where they were at? Oh, I don't know. Doesn't look like it, but we're going to try it. So you can take them with the paint that they had. That's not the right one, but you're getting the idea. And you can kind of use them as a stamp. To stamp down in here. It would have been a lot cooler if I would have put it in the right place. But you get the idea, right? Okay, we're going to set this aside. That would have been a really good idea had I grabbed the correct ones. But this is really good for collage. This is really good for backgrounds and your master boards is what I was trying to say. That's a whole deal. Let's get the plate back over here. So we have these yellow mulberry leaves. So we can go, I'm going to throw, of course, because, when don't I? Have you ever known me to do a demo and not touch Payne's Gray? No, me neither. We're going to throw some Payne's Gray down because at the end of the day, if these mix, yellow and blue make green. Now, had I let these leaves dry, the images of the leaves dry longer, I would have gotten much crisper images. So for demo's sake, I'm going a little bit quicker than I would normally. A lot of times I will put the stuff down, I'll walk away, let those dry completely, and then come back and do the layer to pull it. But it's still really cool. Mixed media, thank you. So this is how you do prints with botanicals. Since I only have 5 minutes, I'm going to show you this. We've actually done 1 month, we did it on fabric. So this is just an old tea towel that I use to clean up spilled coffee. These are asparagus fronds from my garden. This is hydrangea leaves here. And as long as it's a natural fiber, these are creosote bush, which we have here in Arizona, a lot of. There again, the opposites. And then this one is elderberry leaves from my elderberry trees. So I demo this quite frequently. If you have questions, if there's stuff that you want to see, let me know, and I would be happy to throw some demos together. We have about 3 minutes before we go raid. Let's do a quick giveaway for a jelly print. And I will send you one of the jelly prints that I have here that's already done because we're leaving town tonight, and I need to get you one that's good and dry. So, jump in that giveaway. Everybody, please stay on the train. Again, Debbie, thank you so very much for hosting this. Thank you for inviting me every month. I appreciate you so very much and all that you do for the handmade community. Have you ever used actual gelatin? I received a kit and that's what is included. Is it a kit to make your own gel plate or gelatin instead? Okay. I have a really good recipe to make one, but I have mine that I've purchased and I just use that. Wonder Beloved, thank you, darling. This is gel printing on fabric. I do this to make journal covers, tags, and all kinds of stuff. So I use the gel prints to make my journals, the pages in my journals. I use it to decorate. Yeah, I love playing with my gel plate. It was a free kit for 55 plus in the state of Illinois. Pewter Penguin. Yes, you can do it on clothes, babe. Absolutely. Tell me what you need and I'll make you some. Um, Pewter Penguin. If you want to send me a picture, DM me of what you have. If you have questions, I would be happy to help you with that. Please know that I'm leaving town tonight and won't be back till Tuesday, though. So we have 1 minute. Everybody that wants a gel print in the giveaway, I am going to pull it. Thank you, love. I will be back Tuesday with live thrifting for crafty goodness. And we're going to pull this and we are going to go see Tom Shade's art. Gifty Gypsy won the giveaway. Congratulations, my friend. Create a raid. Tom Shade Art. Thank you all for being here. Much love to each and every one of you. Have a blessed and safe holiday weekend. Thank you, Debbie. Bye.